starting to get chilly here in Central Florida. I'm going to talk today about this longevity spinach or Genera procumbens. You really can't buy it. I've never seen anybody selling it grown from seed. Usually it's grown from cuttings. I got mine from a plant festival over near St. Petersburg, I believe. So I've been keeping it, running it along here for quite a few years now. Just starting it from cuttings when I need it. This particular this is grown in a barrel. This particular barrel you see is 1 year's growth. There's two plants in the barrel, and these two plants, I actually just I did this same procedure you're going to see here. I took them out, pruned the roots, put them back in the pot with some amended soil, and this is what they look like the following fall. And the reason I cut them back in November is because this time of year I can grow a lot of kale and arugula, Swiss chard, a lot of other greens. They'll grow well here because the temperatures cool down, the humidity drops, and they grow very well here. And longevity spinach, on the other hand, kind of wants to slow down. It doesn't like the cold weather, but it thrives when it's hot. So this is what I've done the past couple years. This is the barrel it was grown in, my $19 fake wine barrel. But basically, it's the same procedure you would do with any overpotted plant. Kick all the dirt off. And I prune the roots way back. As I said, there's two plants growing in this barrel. And I'm going to separate them here. I would normally separate these and just replant them. But I have some other plants that I had a project. I thought, well, if I just had them growing on my bench right outside my workshop when I do my microgreens or collect my microgreens for that day's meal, then I would have them right there. It didn't really work out. This here is zoysia grass. I brought this into my yard thinking it would do better than the St. Augustine or the Bahia. Well, it does better, but it is a thug, and it has these roots that go everywhere. If you have a raised bed, if you have a pot, even like this one I'm dumping it on, I mean, it will come up everywhere in everything. It is a thug. Zoysia grass. So, and as you can see, I'm Mr. Soil Saver. I don't throw any of it away because price of everything is getting ridiculous. These are the amendments I put in. I put these same amendments in almost everything that I grow. They're just your basic essentials. It's a fish bone meal, kind of stinky. Then I got some Dr. Earth, supposed to be organic. I think it's just ground up poultry grindings from the bottom of a chicken coop. And this is not oyster shell. This is blood meal. Oyster shell's too expensive. So I use blood meal, and then and something like this that's going to sit for a year, I'll put a little azomite rock dust in there. I don't know why. I guess it's got minerals or something. And this is the same soil from actually three different pots, the original barrel, and then that bag, and then what was in that other pot that I dumped in there. So it's all re-amended and blah, blah, blah. I'm putting in there. And then you could see in the bag, I used these grow bags. I think they're 3-gallon grow bags. The problem with them is they don't really have a rigid side, and because the procumbens is like a vining plant that would just run along the ground, and just that's what it does. It crawls on the ground. So when it stretches out in these bags, it folds in the top of the lip of the bag, and then when I go to water it, the water is going all over the bench, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt. And, oh wow, it's got a lot of roots in there. They haven't been in them bags this long, but that's a lot of roots. I think I end up cutting those bottom roots right off and then just stick it in there. And I'm putting two back in the barrel, but because, like I said, I had two in there before, so I'm just putting two fresh ones in there. They don't have to be this big. They could be smaller cuttings, and they do just the same thing. They love the warm weather, and they love the humidity. And that's my cat crying in the background. Yeah, you're crying. So anyway, in halfway decent and bring it back over to where it was. I put plexi under it this time to keep, oh, that's my pet toad Monty. Put plexiglass under it. That's a 1/4 inch piece of plexiglass. My wife got it. She had a bunch of them when she used to work at the penny store. She did visual. Anyway, I put that underneath it to keep that zoysia grass, which it seems to be everywhere now, from coming up. And this little watering system, this pipe I put in there, that has just little pinholes drilled in it, and it has a shutoff valve, so it's under really low pressure. And the reason you don't see longevity spinach for sale in the stores is because it doesn't like the cold, so you can't really refrigerate it. It just turns brown and goes wonky on you. So, but this method here, if you took cuttings and you wanted them for dinner later in the day, you could take cuttings, set them in a vase of water, and yeah, you could have them then later on in the house for smoothies, or I like them cooked a little bit myself. And this is my bench set up where I had them growing. These bags are probably going to go somewhere else too. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's not a hard plant to grow. You just have to have some warm weather and some humidity and a nice long summer. Thanks for watching.